I'm going to show you how I would go about making the inside of this lime. So I'm going to get my pen tool, and you can already see the color I have chosen is like this light purple. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a lighter color for my fill. And I'm just going to go ahead and work with the fill. For my pen tool, I'm going to start in the middle here. See if I can go all the way around, and I'm pulling my anchor down to get this nice shape. Then I'm going to drop my anchor point, and I'm going to go back to where I started to make sure I have a nice closed off shape. And there you go, there I have my shape. So command click to deselect it, and you can see the shape that I've made when I turn the source file off. A really easy way to duplicate this shape, you could go to Object, Transform, Reflect, make sure it's on vertical, and then hit copy. And what it will do is it will copy the shape. The thing that ends up being weird about it is when you go and do it again, it won't copy in the right formation. So there's actually another way that I like to do this. So with my shape selected, Command C, which is to copy it, and Command F. So what I did was, if you go to Edit and you go to Paste in Front, which is Command F, I just pasted the exact same shape, but now it's on top. And Illustrator automatically selects that last shape and deselects my original one. So here I've copied the shape and I've pasted it right on top of the existing shape. On my toolbar, I can go to the Reflect tool. Now it comes up with this north, south, east, and west directional cross. You have to click in the middle of your like in the middle of what you want it to reflect around. So I think that looks pretty good. So once you click, it'll put this little guide. Then I go back up to my petal. Well, it's not a petal, it's the inside of a line. And I can reflect it. Command C, Command F, reflect it again. Command C, Command F, and it's reflecting symmetrical around this location. So I'm getting a completely symmetrical design here. Okay, Command C, Command F. You have to do Command C and Command F every time. So when I turn this off, you can see that here's my shape. Now, one thing I can do is I want these petals to not extend outside of my document. So right now it looks a little, they're extending past this nice circle. So I'm going to select each shape. I'm going to hold down Shift while I'm selecting everything with my black arrow. And then I'm even going to select this circle, this half circle that I've made. I can go to Divide, and it doesn't appear that it did anything, but in Divide on the Pathfinder, what it does is it divides every single line that's intersecting with each other. I then have to go to Object, Ungroup, and then I can click on my white arrow, and I can select this shape and just delete it. And then there's a little guy. Sometimes you have to zoom in for those little pieces, because there's a tiny little piece that extends off, and I can delete that. And then I have a nice design that falls inside of my shape here. So if I turn my source file on, you can see where my source file is a little off, but that's fine because it's my hand drawn. But then when I pull it into Illustrator, it makes it more symmetrical. And you can move these as you get working, like maybe you decide that you want it moved down a little bit. Just know that you're going to have to divide that piece off. I recommend getting them placed onto the document before you go and do the intersect or the divide, because as you can see, it literally divided. So maybe you don't want the pink and you want to really play with positive and negative space. And then you can have an outline of your document.